Hey, good afternoon, everybody. Welcome back to His Story. So, Kylie's update. I know it's been a couple days, but just wanted to share a few highlights and also some specific prayer requests. And as always, thank you to each and every one of you. The outpouring of love and prayers continue, and we cannot be more appreciative and thankful to all of you that are continuing to do that with us. Um, so probably the big news is her follow up on her neck. Everything did look okay. He was quite pleased with her scar, how it looks, and it's healing up. In fact, the sutures are out on the back of her neck. She's got about an 8-inch long incision where they placed all that hardware in the back of her neck and into her spine. Um, so I think probably the biggest challenge that we have going on right now is pain management for Kylie. The particular wound site where they pulled bone from her hip, they did say that that would probably be the most painful out of all of this, and it didn't hit her until 2 weeks post surgery. Uh, Between that and then, her leg, even her neck, I mean, there's been times she just says everything hurts and she's just bawling. And it's to be expected. I think the biggest thing is, she doesn't want any kind of narcotics. She doesn't want none of that, and it's strictly Tylenol. And obviously it's balance. Where do you, it's hard on your kidney and liver, but they're saying it's still okay. So we're doing the Tylenol route. Pain in her ankle and that leg with all the trauma. We finally were able to get an X-ray and got confirmation today. There was no break, no fracture, so that's good news. That's a blessing. Additionally, she's had some jaw pain. Obviously, a lot of trauma to the head as well, and we're going to have to meet with an oral surgeon. So hopefully, we'll get that scheduled here in the next week. I do have a praise. Answered prayer. So the bone stimulator will be here tomorrow. That thing is $5,000, and the company is actually working with us because I guess the insurance isn't playing ball. So we're actually getting that for like $800. Get to make payments on it. Cheap payments, doesn't matter. Bottom line is it's coming. It'll be here tomorrow. And so hopefully the prayer is that that will help generate bone and get that bone growth around that femur, that rod. And in 6 to 8 weeks, we'll get maybe some remarkable news that says, hey, you can start putting weight on it, which would be amazing because guess what? Do the math or do the calendar look. So 6 to 8 weeks from now, it puts us, into August or thereabouts, and school starts. She starts her junior year. So we're just praying that will drive significant bone growth. So my ask of you all, specific prayer, and I think we've been praying for this, but just to highlight, with the addition of the bone stimulator coming in, that we will just see a beautiful miracle unfold. That they'll see significant bone growth in there, and we'll get good news in 6 to 8 weeks on that. What else? We, oh my gosh. So her ACE bandage, some of y'all know me, and even Angela's the same way. I'm OCD when it comes to cleanliness, like germs. Ugh. And looking at an ACE bandage that has weeping and it's nasty. Like, we got to wash this stuff. This is ridiculous. So anyway, we took the ACE bandage off the bottom part of her leg, which Kylie was like, oh my gosh, she wanted to just scratch and scratch and scratch. So she got her leg shaved, which I'm telling you, it looked like Sasquatch down on her right leg. It was hilarious. But we got that taken care of. But then it was the upper leg, which has all of the wound sites from, the femur poking out the side of her leg, to all the pinholes from the external fixator and the sutures there. I mean, her leg is just gnarly up there. So we pulled all that off. Mama got it washed. We rewrapped it. But when we unwrapped her leg, we found the site where the femur bone poked through her leg, and it had come undone. So all the sutures internally had split, and you could literally see inside her leg. And of course, it took Angela's breath away. I'm looking at him like, trying to be quiet because Kylie's right there, and Kylie doesn't want any, what are you doing and why are you sighing? She's very acutely aware because she wants to know, and then she doesn't want to know. So anyway, called plastics, and they're like, well, you need to do a wet dry dressing change. I'm like, okay, what does that consist of? Well, you need sterile water and sterile gauze. Okay, so you wet the gauze and you pack it. Great, I can do that. I go to Walgreens, Target, electrical fire. Can't go to the pharmacy there. Walmart. We call all these places. You cannot find sterile water. You'd think I was looking for plutonium. Nobody had sterile water, and it has to be sterile water. Fortunately, Campbell Clinic came to the rescue. I called them. They actually dropped me a bottle. Hopefully I'm not getting anybody in trouble, but they left me a bottle of sterile water at the front desk. Was able to get that. We were able to get it packed last night, and we got to do that twice a day. And it's not a big deal. It is gnarly looking. Anyway. So we're dealing with that, but they'll close that back up on Thursday. Kylie does have surgery again, another skin graft with donor skin. I feel like it's going to be a great visit. They're going to really be shocked when they see that site because we've had limited issues with the wound vac. A couple of very minor leaks. I was able to do the Michelin patch with the 4-inch square tape and got her done, and everything's been holding vacuum perfectly. So I feel like, and very little fluid being pulled off, which again is a good sign that it's starting to seal up. So I feel like we're going to get really good news. I know we're going to get good news, and God's just been healing that beautifully. So outside of that, the big prayer is the bone stimulator that we've got coming in tomorrow is just praying for bone growth there. And then, specific prayer, Ange and I, we've, not to get too personal, but, we've kind of butted heads. Might have been my fault. Might have been. Not saying it is. Yeah, it is. But just, emotions are running high, a lot going on, no excuse. But just, I think, hit the reset button for Ange and I. Just, it does take two to do this job. It is not a job for one person. And it's a lot, especially when you're sleep deprived. Last night, Kylie woke up 11 times. Yes, I was counting, and I actually wrote down every time she woke up. So you're just like, littlest things set you and trigger you. So I just pray that, God would guard my tongue and guard my emotions, and just know that it's positive intent on everybody's part in this house. It's, the walls sometimes close in on us, but all in all, family's good. And we do give God the glory for all of this. And we know He's working a miracle, no doubt. Absolutely no doubt. Highly recommend a movie called Walk, Ride, Rodeo. Walk, Ride, Rodeo. Fantastic movie, very inspirational. And it's so neat to see Kylie's head and where she's reflecting on this whole situation. She came up with, again, four different scenarios of what could have happened. And what a blessing that she's reflecting on all the things that she is grateful for. She said, I cannot wait to walk. Well, she reflected on the fact that she could have been in a place where she wouldn't even been ever able to walk. She could have been, paralyzed from the neck down. That wasn't the case. God had His hand on her. So with that, look, thank you all so much for being a part of His story. We give God the glory. I think everybody on this in this story sees what God has done and continues to do, and it's such a positive message of hope and faith and love, and how all of us have come together, unified in fervent prayer, and to see miracles unfold. They continue to unfold, and we're so grateful for that. So please keep them coming. Those specific prayer requests, bone growth, pray for continued peace in the home, and just fortify this house with that blanket of love that only God can provide, and certainly that'll come from your prayers and your support. So we definitely ask for them. We want them, and we thank you for them. We can feel them. We know that they're there. And just the outpouring of support with meals and all of that has just been tremendous. So I'm so thankful for that. I think that's it. So sorry for running this long, and definitely appreciate everybody's calls and letters. We've gotten some beautiful cards from colleagues at work, and family, friends of friends, people we don't even know, sending stuff in. So thank you for that. It just lights Kylie up, and she definitely appreciates that, as do we. But anyway, y'all have a great evening. Thank you all so much again, and we'll bring you an update soon. Talk to you later. Bye-bye.